Hi everyone, Deb here. I am working on some Valentines, but I'm calling this, it's a kind of a new series. I don't know, I don't have a certain day or anything, but I plan on doing kind of an old meets new series. And what started this is I have a lot of old product, some pre-Stampin' Up, some new stuff I'm getting in from Stampin' Up and other companies. And I want to use it all. I have to use things and use them up if they're paper or embellishments or whatever. So what started this was a combination of the Stampin' Up! New Adoring Hearts bundle, which has this stamp set, but mostly I wanted to use this embossing folder and these dies, which are wonderful, and you'll see them in a minute. Old, well, let me get to more new. Nope, I'm not using that for this one. Also, I wanted to use, this is fairly new. This was Spellbinders Embossing Folder of the Month for December, which they intended it to be used, I think, with the big bottle that we already made for New Year's Day. But this is called Tiled Hearts. So kind of similar to Stampin' Up's thing, only it's really long. I actually, if you have the long plate for your machine, I suggest using it because I didn't, and it didn't emboss real well at the bottom of my sheet, but it did work, and I'll share that with you. And then I really like this Happy Valentine's Day font on here, so I'll probably use that. The stamps, the new stamp set, I'm going to use probably just for you. That's probably it on that one. And this goes with this. I also brought this out, a couple other old stamp and die sets. I think for the sentiments, sent with lots of heart, I could use that. So I don't know what sentiment. I have this punch party one that works with the heart punches I have. But I don't think I'm going to use them today, but I could do You Make My Heart Happy, something like that. So let me show you what I've done so far. I did do the Spellbinders um, embossing folder, and this is on old. That's new. This is on old Recollections Blush Romance paper pad I'm trying to use up. I've shown it in several different videos. It's just plain colors, this one, so I used that instead of, Stampin' Up! Cardstock I might have. So it's thinner. I do suggest spraying it with the paper with water before you run it through the embossing folder because it did, first try, it did cut. And then I did splat this with Highland Heather um, marker, but you can use any water-based marker and just do the flick it on the cap routine. So that's that. And this is old Stampin' Up! Paper I found in my Valentine's bin. I don't know the name of it. It has this on the back. I think it's like 2 years old, maybe a year or two old. I can't remember. This is a piece of Highland Heather. I am for this card because there's purple in that paper and I splatted it with purple. This is a piece of Highland Heather. And these are out of the Stampin' Up. Oh, here's more. Now these are the Stampin' Up. This one is the Spellbinders one. And what I did on this one, same paper, you could use this side too. What I did is I took my blending brush and I think I used Melon Mambo ink color by Stampin' Up, and I brushed it on the one side of the embossing folder, the deboss side, I guess. And that's how it came out. And and then this one is the Stampin' Up one. If you just emboss and don't, and this one I think I sprayed. Oh, I know what I did. I cut out some here, which I had gone and I had brushed. Let me show you on the folder if I can figure out what I just did with it. Here we go. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. not prepared. I had taken this and I had brushed, you can still see a little pink in there, the folder with, I think it was Bubble Bath by Stampin' Up, and maybe, I'm not sure now what color I used. I think I used Bubble Bath, and I brushed, but I only brushed each stamp. Like I didn't do the whole background or anything. So I brushed each of them and then I did die cut them out, and that's what these are. Okay, so they're not a real bright pink on pink, that kind of thing. Then I had the negative, which is here. We're going to use that on a second card. But also, I think I ran it through what I did is I sprayed the ink that was left on there and I ran it through again on that same kind of paper, and this is what I got. Now, um, I probably, because it was the negative, it's kind of the indented version, because here's the raised version, but the ink was on the indented version, so that's what I did on that one, and I'll use that for something too. So that's that. And these are just scraps from the Spellbinders one. So that's what I'm using. And I just was playing around. I didn't want to take the time to do all that with you. Okay, so also for the old, I brought out this Authentique paper pad. It's called Beloved. And the date on here is 2016, but I wasn't paper crafting in 2016, so I got it 2017 or later. And I don't think I'd ever used it. So I used the Stampin' Up dies that go with that embossing folder, have these two smaller plain dies, and I used those, and I'm going to use this. Let me get that out while I'm here when I stamp a sentiment for this card. So I'm using this as well, which is old. So I'm doing lots of old meets new here today. And I misplaced, maybe this was it, a stamp. I mean a thing, a heart. A heart, a heart. All right, so I also found, I have, let me bring in the other stuff. The embellishment stuff. All right, so for new, I'm making this be my challenge video for DoubleClickConnect. And I had gotten these dewdrops from DoubleClickConnect, so I'm going to try and use some of those. I have this little baggie of old retired ribbon stuff, and I think I'm going to use this. I think this was actually Fresh Freesia, or it might have been even before that. There was another light purple. I think I'm going to put this across here underneath those. I also found this unopened pack of old Stampin' Up hearts. See, it even still has the green on the top. They use black now. Bright enamel shapes. And supposedly there's a real red in here, and then Melon Mambo. Or I also have these really bright pink things, which were from Joann's, Miss Sparkle and Company. I have a whole slew of things I went through. I have a set of drawers that has all this stuff in it, and I found these Paper Studio ephemera pieces. Oh, Punch Studio, and I had gotten them at Tuesday Morning in 2019, looks like flowery bits. I might not use those today, I'm not sure. This pack was opened. I have a whole nother one unopened from Dollar Tree, the pinks. I also have Stampin' Up's Real Red. I have this Resin Hearts Real Red. Pretty sure that's Real Red, doesn't say. I found these I got in a swap with these beautiful pink bows in there. I have these sparkly Real Reds. I have these pearls in the purples, which would have to be for the first card. Dollar Tree for purple. These bright red hearts from Dollar Tree, never opened. And this, I don't think I used this at all. These are also Dollar Tree. So I have all these red and pink blings, and also some bows and some ephemera. So I want to be crafting a few Valentines. I have 2 started, and then I want to make something with the bits that aren't started yet. And I also brought in this I just hauled from a thrift store, which is really pretty red, and the pink also, or the pale pink. And I have this real red Sweet Talk Sweet from 2021 ribbon, faux linen ribbon. All right, that's enough. Let's get started, or we'll be here all day, and I might be anyway because I have 2 other things I have to film. All right, I'm going to grab a white scrap that's big enough to die cut this. I think I have some over here. Let me see. Maybe? You know what? Let me just use a regular. I have a piece of white here. All right. And we're going to put that, I'm thinking we're going to put that, I need to get a card base made too, and it'll probably be the purple on this one. I'm going to put a few of these pearls on, but I'm kind of thinking I'll do the Just For You, maybe right across here. I'm not sure yet. If not, maybe either up here or down here. I just don't know yet, but let's stamp that, and let's stamp that in Highland Heather. I guess if I can get my stamp ink pad buried because I have a box in front of it of adhesives, which I need to do something about that. All right, so we're going to stamp Just For You. And did I put that over too far? And now I have an issue because I have all those embellishments sitting on top my, my what? My die cutting machine. I'll be right back. I have to move them and die cut this. I learned something. Hopefully this is going to work, but I did this twice and it's really hard to see where you're placing this if you stamp first. So I think the trick is, I have not watched any demonstrators, I think the trick is to die cut your paper first, and then you can hopefully line this up. Seems to go, oh, you know what? I have to get a new sheet. One sec. So I don't know if you knew why, but the back of it goes the opposite direction of the way the stamp goes. So yeah, let's try this again. Sorry if my head's in the shot. Did I get it? Okay, good. That works much better. So if you have the Adoring Hearts bundle and you want to use that die for the Just For You, cut your paper out first and then stamp. There you go. That's my tip for you, for everybody. All right, let's get a card base and let's get this one assembled. I'm going to use Highland Heather because I have it. And the paper in the back, I'm pretty sure is Highland Heather, Real Red and something. So I'm going to cut it at 5.5. And then save that piece for another card some other day. And then I'm going to score it at 4.25. Some people don't use the scoring to do their card bases, and I understand why, because sometimes the score doesn't create a straight line. So, but we're going to try it and see. Yeah, see, it's a little bit off, but you know what I do? Oh, well, here. I'm going to hold it there and try and go like this and score it again. Pretty good, right? Yeah. I don't know if I was in frame or not. Sorry. All right. So we're going to assemble. I think the first thing I want to do is glue down this to here. I'm sorry. I don't know why that shut off. I think I bumped something. Oops. I wrote on here sticky side because both sides are the same. I'm pretty sure I got this at scrapbook.com. It doesn't say anything, and that's crooked as anything. This is kind of wide ribbon, so it's okay. Just want to get it sort of straight on there. All right, and then I'm going to tack it down in the back and cut it. Let me get my ribbon scissors. Ouch. Without cutting myself, hopefully. Uh-oh, tell me my scissors are getting dull. I don't use them for paper because that definitely would dull your scissors. All right, let's assemble this. And I'm going to use wet glue for that part because I like to. If I can figure out what I did with my wet glue. It's not in its holder. Huh. Uh-oh. Did I put it in here? Nope. Yep. Oh my goodness. All right. So first thing is, this is going on to here. Okay. So use whatever you have. Use your old papers. I am trying to use up some old papers, and then this is going to go in the middle across here. We're going to cover that up, so I'm not really worried about the tape runner left a glump. And this goes all the way almost to the edge of the design paper. Yeah, slide it over just a little bit there. And now let's make sure it's straight. I think that's pretty good. I didn't want to put it onto the card base until I was sure that that was going to fit right. And I could have moved it over just a tad, because it's showing a little bit of design paper on either side now instead of just one side. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to glue this down onto the card front, the card base. All right. So we're just layering basically our bits. New meets old. Actually, the cardstock's probably a little old too, because I have had it since I was a demonstrator, I'm sure. And I know these are old. They're retired from 22, 23. So my initial thought was to go like that and then have this. I think I still like that. Just for you there. And so let's do that. And these have texture, so definitely wet glue or something really really tacky like tear and tape or something would be good, especially you're putting it over ribbon. It's a very thin ribbon, so I'm not worried about, you know, putting something on the top and bottom to even it. I'm more worried about getting them evenly spaced kind of thing and not crooked. Because, you know me, I do all crooked. Now this one, I'm probably going to bump up right there. So let me get some dimensional thingies. I have this sheet that's almost done. Is that going to be too wide? No, it'll be just right. And I'm trying to put the even edge to the even edge because they're just right. And I am going to put one in the middle. Okay. For stability. Oh, that one slid. Look at that. Hang on. I should have put my block on that while I was doing this. Don't slide now, heart, because this is going right over across that ribbon. A little bit. And then we're just going to add some bling. And this lighter color in here is, if I can get them out, is Highland Heather. We also have Rococo Rose, but it's a very pale pink. And I need a picky up thing. I have the Stampin' Up one, but lately I've been using this one, which is Jewel Picker. Who's it by? Marvy. I don't know where I got it anymore. It was in one of my hauls. So we're just going to put a few of these in a few places on the card just to bring out the purple. I'm trying to put it in sort of bearish spots. Maybe over here. And one more. Because, yeah, that's how I roll. That's too close to there, right? Maybe right there. Yeah. All right. That's card number 1. On the inside, I don't have any more white panels cut. So what I'll do is I'll put a white panel and I'll either put a scrap of the background paper like this along the side, or I'll put, let me put this away. I had one of those scraps of this. I might splatter this and put this on the inside. That's probably what, or maybe sometimes I do like a piece of both and put that along the side. So that's what I'll do on the inside. I just don't have any more white cardstock cut and I don't want to take the time to do it now. So let me put that aside. That's an A2 size. So then this is what I had left from die cutting these, right? I think. Or did I did it a second time maybe. Embossing and die cutting. I think I did it a second time. Oh no, this is from that, but this is the deboss side and this is the puffed up side. So we're going to use the puffed up side that doesn't have any extra ink on it now, but we're going to use the hearts that had the ink on from doing this. Okay? And then I did die cut 1, 2, 3 more hearts out of a second piece of that Recollections paper. This is a whole sheet from the Authentique paper. And then these are pieces out of Authentique papers. This is actually the same paper, but I just realized I might use the polka dot side for one of them now. So, and for a card base, I don't get 12 by 12 cardstock much. See, there's the other side of that one. So this is another piece out of the Recollections. Now, the thing is, I think this was my last piece of that pink color. So this one has a little more purple to it, but it's not going to show much except in the inside. Yeah, so, and this is going to go underneath. So the first thing I'm going to do is glue this down. Oop, and I'm going to shut my emails off. Oh, sorry. Do you guys get like a bazillion emails a day? I get them from all the paper crafting companies I've ever bought from. I get them from all the beading companies I've ever bought from. I get them from every credit card or internet service or electric service or any of those that I have, which actually yesterday was a good thing. We lost power yesterday. There was no storm. It was just windy. And I was sitting here, it was like, I think 3 or 3:30 in the afternoon. My son had just left to go, he had to get some immunization shots and he was going to go to the hardware. The Home Depot is 5 minutes from my house. And I asked him to stop and get, we have well water. So we buy salt for a water softening system that we have. And we were out. So I asked him to get a bag or two and he bought 3. But anyway, just after he left, I was sitting on the sofa going through my emails and on my laptop that I have a little stand in front of my sofa. Anyway, boom, I heard a loud boom. So we have a neighborhood message thing. So I messaged the neighbors and said, "Did anybody else hear that boom? Do you know what it is?" And the neighbor right next to me said her husband, they lost power. Mine was flickering at the time. I want this to be in the middle, and I'm going to raise that up, and I might ink around the edges of that one. So these the hearts that it cuts out with those special dies are smaller. So I could either go like that, but I didn't like that so much with this one anyway, so I might do like this. This doesn't go here. So I think what I'm going to do actually, since I came across that I can use the back of that paper, is use that one there. And then I think we'll do, there's 3 patterns in the, I think we'll go like that. That way we have one in the middle, one in the middle over here, and one on the, okay, center, right, left, right? And then we can either, I think we'll just leave those as is. So the first thing I have to do is glue down the papers to, actually the first thing, if I'm going to ink it, now's the time to go around the edge. And I think, I don't think I want to ink it in dark red, but maybe bubble bath pink. But I don't have that in an I don't have that in a plain oh, you know what? No. Let's just I'm going to use my alcohol marker in bubble bath light because I don't have the dye base marker is what I was trying to say. So let's see how that works. I can always use another one because I have 9 of them. This paper has a little bit of texture to it. I think I'm okay if it bleeds a little, which it will because it's alcohol marker. Now let's see how we like that laid down, just to make it pop off that background a little more. So we'll put that on there. Yeah, I think I like that better. I got a little much at the top, but it's okay. And because I'm pretty sure I used bubble bath on these with my blending brush, that will bring that out a little bit too. So I am not going to bore you with doing all of these, but you kind of see what I'm doing. These I'm probably going to pop up. I'm probably going to inlay these, pop these up. Actually, or should I do it the other way? I think I'm going to do it the other way around. I think I'm going to inlay those now after I ink around the edges, pop these up. I might pop this center one up too, and leave these as the way they are. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll come back and show you when I'm done. Okay, so here's where I'm at with this one. I ended up switching things around a little bit so that I'd have things in different spots, but because I wanted to bump up the center one, I ended up bumping up one of these, the center one, and then one with the design paper. That's how it worked out. I think it looks kind of cool, although, now, see, I have, well, never mind. I have two well, it's like tic-tac-toe there, but it's not here. It's okay. It's because I put this in the center. It's all right. It looks all right to me. Does it look all right to you? But now I have to do something with the inside, and I thought I'd bring, if there's another piece of that in this paper pad, I want to, yeah, there is. How about that? We'll bring that out. And then we're going to put some white over it. And I was looking for a sentiment that would go with Happy Valentine's Day that would fit in one of these. I couldn't find one. I have some small ones, but none were small enough to fit in the heart. So let's cut this down to 6 by 6, which just cuts that strip off across the top. And I could save that, but I'm not going to. I have enough 1/2-inch scraps, and that's a thin one. So this should take up the whole back. It hangs over a little bit. You know what? I'm going to cut it down to 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. I should have realized that. And 5 3/4. just a 1/4 inch off. Now I will save those because I can always use them on inside cards too. And then I need to get a, oops, leave this out. I'm going to need a piece of white, which I do have down here. And we're going to need a piece of 5.5 by 5.5. Or, you know what, I'm going to make it 5 by 5 because I want to be able to see some of that paper in the back. 5. Hopefully that was straight. I don't know. And this is just a piece of Stampin' Up's basic white because I still have some. And I'm going through it. And these I'll definitely save. This one I can actually cut down to a card base, but I don't like to. I'll probably just use it for stamping or inside card mats. So this is going to go on the inside of here. And then maybe what we'll do is put another one of these in, but I'm going to stamp on here first. Now let's see what color. What color? I could use Melon Mambo. I could use, I don't think Real Red will work. I have Sweet Sorbet too. I think Melon Mambo for the win. Okay, so let me bring that out and get a stamp block and the stamp. And we're going to use, oops, we're not going to use that one. We're going to use, oh my goodness. Oh, it's right here. We're going to use from this Retired stamp set this Happy Valentine's Day. I just happen to like that font. And it's right here. It's going to look a little lost on this large card, but it's all right. It'll be all right. Yeah. Hopefully this color will work. And then maybe we'll put a little ribbon or something on this, or a bow right above that center heart. I have to stand up. Sorry, guys, for bopping you. Because I am not good about getting... But you know what? I don't care if it's crooked because I think it looks kind of cool, actually. And then I'm just going to wipe this off. This baby wipe is dry, but for now it will do, and I'll clean my stamps right after. That was Melon Mambo by Stampin' Up. Hopefully I close that tight. Let's see how that looks inside on this piece. And we'll put a heart down here. Or we could even die cut little hearts, or maybe over here. We have more of these, or we just have plain pink ones. Ooh, I could die cut another flower out of here for that one. They have to be, I don't know how I want them. Like that. Oops, you can't see. A flower or this pattern. Let's see. Or this pattern. I think a flower, another flower inside. So let me find those dies, and we will, okay, and we will die cut. See these dies? We will die cut another flower for that heart. I could just put a flower on. Maybe this for the inside. All right, so let me tape that. Some of these are too big. Maybe these. 2 roses. There we go. Okay. Decisions, huh? So I think for today's session, we'll just do these. Well, I was going to say we'll just do these 2 cards, but I have all these other pieces of paper that I don't want to go to waste. And once I put this stuff away, I'm on to another unrelated project. So, yeah. Okay, so that was part of the Authentique paper. Put my die back on here. I'm gonna love this set. And you can use hearts any time of year, right? I think I like that. Okay, so let's glue the hearts together and onto the white. And then we'll put the white onto the design paper. And then we'll put everything down. Actually, I'll put the design paper down separately. And make sure that's even. Yeah, let's actually, yes, let's do that. Let's put the design paper first. I don't usually make 6x6 cards, and why do you think that is? Because it's really hard with no envelope. I don't have 6x6 envelopes. I can make them, but I can't make them with 6x6 paper. So I'm gonna have to figure out an envelope solution, or this can be one that just goes in a gift bag with something and handed to someone without an envelope, which might be what happens. Like maybe my daughter or something. My daughter and her husband or something. Okay, and then let's put these on. My glue is starting to go. It looks like a dirty spot, but it's actually a leaf or something out of that. How did I have this one going this way? And this one going this way? Well, that's how it's going. Or, yeah, no, the other way. That one going like that. All right, card number 2 done. So far, we made a 6x6 using the Stampin' Up new adoring hearts. Yeah, adoring hearts. Embossing folder and dies that go with it. And how cute is that? And then this one used the Spellbinders. I'm not going to remember the name of it, but the big long hearts, tile hearts, I think, tiled hearts, embossing folder from December's monthly subscription. Now, so let's, oh, do I want any bling on this? Let me move some things. I think I want a little bit of bling, but let's see. Out of our massive, how about some dewdrops? We haven't used any of them yet. And, oops, and oops, there's one of them. Here it is. I'm thinking maybe this color down here, this pink. Yes, I think so. I think that'll look pretty. Let's just place a few, like there's a bare spot, or, no, never mind. I don't want to put them on the inner parts, I think. We'll put one here, one there, and one up there. They do have a lot of dimension. Another reason this card will be handed to somebody. Now, how should I put them down? Glue dots? Let's try glue dots, because I think my glue dots are about the same size. Hopefully they'll hold them. And if not, we can put some wet glue or something behind. I think that'll work. Yeah. Let's try it, shall we? So these probably aren't the best to go through mail packages, but for projects and things, you know, that you like altered things and Let's see, how am I going to do that? That has to go over a little bit from that one. You know, altered bags, bag toppers, they'd be cute on those. And also, I was thinking I had those little bows, right? So these are from DoubleClickConnect here on YouTube. What did I do with the bows? They're down here somewhere in this massive pile of stuff I have. Here they are. Let's see if a bow will work right here. Because, you know, that's how I roll. Have these pretty pink bows. I don't remember. Oh, this was from my friend Paige. Hi, Paige. She hasn't been on YouTube. She's enjoying life. They might be a little too bright for this. Let's see. Yeah, they might be a little too bright for it. Oh, drat. Maybe this one's okay. That one's pretty good. Do we like that? I think I'm going to put it at the top, right there, over that heart. Just add a little something something. I think this is the first time I used these. She took the trouble to make them. She even put sticky things on the back. So, whoops, one of them fell off though. That's all right. So they've probably been in here, oh, January 23. Yeah. I think this was in my birthday package I got back then. So I'm going to take this. Oh, that is it just foam? Is it sticky? I don't know. Doesn't appear sticky, so I am going to add some adhesive. Okay. Pretty bow. And then I ought to center that a little better, huh? There. That is going to make our card, I think. A little bow. Our DoubleClickConnect dewdrops. Our Stampin' Up new item. Our old Recollections cardstock. Our old Authentique paper pad. And our old retired Stampin' Up stamp from Meant to Be. Alrighty, so that's card 2. So we have old meets new, old meets new. The old on here is this paper. It's Stampin' Up too, but I don't remember when it's from. I only have a couple sheets or half sheets left of that. New is, of course, the Spellbinders embossing folder and this Adoring Hearts from Stampin' Up, and that's this year, just recent, and this old ribbon from my stash, and these old pearls from my stash from, those were Stampin' Up also, from I don't know when, a while ago. Okay, so now, let me move some of these things out of the way again. Oops, the embellishment stuff. Let's bring out some of these sheets of paper and figure out what we want to do with this next set. Put my scissors away temporarily. Let me get an idea in my head and I'll come back. All right, everyone. So I had this from the Spellbinders die embossing folder and the tiled hearts, I believe it was called. And again, I think this one actually was where I sprayed the water on and used the rest of it. Because here, that's the deboss side and here's the emboss side. So we could either use the emboss side, but I think I want to use this. And then I had those 2 strips we just cut off from Authentique, so I could do something like that as a border, probably the wider of the 2. And I think this was Melon Mambo, and I just happen to have what looks like, let's measure it though, an A2 sized card. Oh, it's a little thinner. It's not 5.5. All right, we had to cut another one. Oh, poo. I have enough, don't worry. I pulled out a couple different pinks, and this seemed to be the closest. So we want 5.5. You could do it top loading if you want, but I'm going to do this way. I have a real card base size, an extra one by 4 1/4. We're going to score. Don't accidentally do what I do sometimes and cut also. Then you just have card mats. Yeah. And then we'll just fold it and score. Or burnish. Burnish is the right word. So this is the start. We're going to go like that and this. Maybe like this. I didn't cut that straight apparently, but I think I like how that looks. Then the question is, what are we going to do in the middle? Humph. Humph, humph. Let's see. We have just this pink, but now that looks too not pink enough, right? We have these other hearts. I think I just want like some kind of circle or, oh, hang on. I think, oh, I also have, which I didn't even show, these new, no? Yes, these are from Dollar Tree. Yes, I think I just got these in Dollar Tree haul. Let's see how those glittery hearts will look. Nah. I think I just want to have a sentiment on the front in a thing, in a label kind of thing. So let me find a label that'll work and I'll be right back. I think we're going to use this perennial postage set, Sending Love and Best Wishes, and a postage stamp die. Let's see. Let me put this on a block. I'm going to put these stamps away later. All these stamps I have out and dies so I don't lose them. Alright, let me get my block. Sending, now I have not used this before. Sending Love and Best Wishes. It's new, but I need to see which kind of label will, postage will fit it. Maybe the square in the middle there. And then do it, but see now there's no other squares, hang on, that'll go outside that. What's the smallest? I think this one, and then I can put maybe other designer paper. Maybe we won't use this, but put designer paper as the background, put this for the stamp. I think that's how I'm gonna go. So let me move this aside. Oh gosh. Can't die cut anything because I have it piled up. Okay. I remedied that situation temporarily. Alright, so first thing, where's my scrap? Will that fit in this scrap? Yes. Okay. Let me move this back, move these back. We're going to stamp. We're going to try, and I guess we'll use Melon Mambo because we're into the pink on this one. Oops. I just did my nails with Melon Mambo. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. I have not conditioned this or anything, so let's see. I do have this Altenew matte beneath here. I think that's stamped pretty good the first time. Let me flip it over and try it again because it seems to be bleeding a little bit or something. I didn't clean it first. That one's a little better. We'll go with the back. And I'll just wipe this off real quick. The stamps seem a little flimsy. Those were a knockoff. I don't think they're as good a quality as what I get from a Stampin' Up. Now, let me get my tape. We don't want this to move. Do I want it off center a little bit so I can put an embellishment up here? I think I do. I'm going to stand up. And I'm going to die cut that. I'll be right back. so that's gonna go. I just smeared the daylights out of that. I sure did. All right, I need to find a different piece of white. Here's one. All right, let's try this again. Note to self, that ink didn't dry fast enough for me. Yikes. Don't, on these stamps, if you get them, don't push down too hard. This is probably a really juicy ink pad too, because it will start to spread, apparently. And I don't think it's the ink. I think it's the stamp. Anyway, I don't, it could be both. I'm going to let that dry a little bit. So in the meantime, let us pick out a background paper to go around it before I die cut that out. Let's see, bring in this Authentique paper again. I don't want to use the purple hearts. And let's see, a bright pinkish paper. There's a lot of reds in this. There's a plaid. I don't think I want to use plaid. There's a stripe, which could be okay. What did you? No, just not. Oh, the flowers. Where's that other flower sheet I already die cut something out of? What'd I do with it? Oops. There were more flowers left in there. There's also hearts, but I don't want to waste paper, so I was looking for the... All right, I'll be right back. Sorry. I found it as soon as I said I'll be right back. It has the dots on the back. Oh no, this is a different one. Oh, hang on. This was with it. I think I want to use this. And let's just see how that, yeah, I think I do. Yep, I do. That's what I want to do. All right. So I am going to get my tape. I can't fit it up here, but I like those two. Well, they're going to be buried anyway. Most of it's going to be buried, so I kind of want the flowers around the edges. So I think I'm going to go over here instead. Yep. All right, let me die cut that, and then we'll die cut the sentiment again. It should be dry by now, hopefully, so I don't smear it again. And then we'll finalize this card. Now, I probably should have used like Very Vanilla because this is more vanilla. I could do that. Let me see if I have some Very Vanilla here. I have some Very Vanilla card bases. Do I have any Very Vanilla mats? Well, I can cut a Very Vanilla card base up. Let's try that. I just want to see how it looks with the Very Vanilla color. I might even have a scrap big enough to use. Yes, I do. All right, let's try it on here one more time because this is more vanilla in the background. Interesting. Interesting. One more time, then we have to let it dry again. My block is dirty, so forgive me. No, I could feel I messed that one up. I did push a little hard on that, but hoping it'll be all right. It's doing a little bleeding, but not terrible. I should have had my glue, my lid on my glue, huh? All right, let's just set this aside in case I need to use it again. And maybe we can at least tape this on, but not run it through just yet. Because I wanted to put some bling up there or something, right? All right, so in the meantime, that's going to go there, that's going to go here. Do I could put one of these strips like behind it here. Maybe I'll do that instead. Let's do that. While this is making sure it's dry, let's put this strip across the center and cut it off and glue the background down. Is this how you work? Are you kind of all over the place like I seem to be here right now? There we go. Oh my goodness. And I sort of want it centered. Centered, not low. It is a little thinner on this other side. But I don't think anybody will really notice it, you know? I don't. We're going to just trim that off. That'll go on here. Bumped up. I think that's all going to be bumped up. So use all your pieces. Like if you do experiments, don't throw them out. It looks a little wonky now. I got dark and light spots, but I rather like that. I think it adds something to it. This is going to get the other piece on it, and let's go die cut that now. I think it should be all right. Oops. If I stop hitting my microphone on my face, that would be good. Beautiful. All right, let's glue this down onto there, and then we'll bump that up, the whole thing. And then I need to find some kind of embellishment. Turning it upside down to do that because I don't, it slid a little bit though. I don't want my fingers touching the ink. Oh, this had something on the other side. Huh. All right, so that's going to get bumped up. And I have to cut my dimensionals because the sheet is about done. 1, 2, 3. And we'll do 3 on this side. Look, I had that upside down and it bled onto my mat. Boo-hiss. Actually, I could have used a couple more, but we'll get some. So use all the bits from your dimensionals. I watched one demonstrator and she actually cuts her big dimensionals in half. I figure if you're going to do that, just use the minis. So that's my opinion on that. I have the minis, you know, so could do that. And actually one more bit for in the middle here. Okay. But I use every bit of the dimensionals that I do get. And I actually think that sheet, it's a smaller sheet than the regular ones I get from Stampin' Up, so I think it's out of a paper pumpkin kit. Now, I want to find, I think maybe just a little gemmy heart or something for right here. In pink. So, gemmy hearts. Do I have a pink gemmy heart? I don't know. I have red ones. I actually, these are Melon Mambo right on top here. I think I'll do that if I can get them. They were never opened. I believe this is the second pack. Or maybe it was different colorways. I'm pretty sure I got these when before I was a demonstrator out of the clearance rack at the time. And there's a whole bunch of them in here, and I'm destroying this package, but I'll have to put them into a baggie or something. This color, there are lots of colors in here. They sure gave a lot of colors back then. And I think that'll be fine, and it's not super dimensional, so just like that. And then if we want, we could put a couple of these little dots in other places, and that kind of goes with the dots in the design. Here. Okay. So that is those. See all these colors? A lot of different colors. Not all of them are available anymore. Quite a few of them probably. Orange hearts. I don't know. But there's stars and dots on each of those sheets too. So that is our third card. And I just need to cut down a piece of white to put inside, and let's see. Do I want any of this, like a bow? No, I don't think I do. I don't think I do. Do I want any of the, no, because it's like, no. But maybe I can put one of these or these. Oh, maybe one of these with a flower on again on the inside. And I don't think I'll put another sentiment on the inside, because I think sending love and best wishes is enough on that one. Oh, I won't use white though. I'll use, and maybe what I'll do is a thin strip of this paper from up here on the paper. So that's what I'm going to do on the inside, and that'll be the end of the cards for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Sorry for the all over the place kind of video, but I thought I'd share my process with you. Haven't been doing it as much lately, and yeah, and my views are way down, frankly. So please think about giving me a thumbs up if you liked any part of this. And also, don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. All of that helps my channel, so I get recognized in the algorithm of YouTube. I greatly appreciate it. And this is Deb signing off. Bye for now. Hugs, love, and peace. And soon, happy Valentine's Day. And don't forget also to go check out DoubleClickConnect. I will have her channel name linked and her challenge video linked down in the description box below. Bye. Final share, first card. Inside, this is how I did it, with just a strip of this background, and I also splatted it, and a strip of the background paper but pulled out in front, and one of the leftover pieces up here. And then this was our second card, a 6x6, using Stampin' Up's set, the Authentique papers, and yeah, Recollections card base, Authentique paper. This was an old retired Stampin' Up set and more of the hearts. And then the last one was the postage stamp, perennial postage from, it's a Stampin' Up set. I would encourage you to look there, perennial postage. I have one I got off Amazon. I think Stampin' Ups will be better as far as the stamps are concerned. And I use some old retired Stampin' Up Melon Mambo. This is Melon Mambo cardstock. Very vanilla cardstock inside, and I just used a strip of the Authentique paper that I used there. And I also cut out another heart center to put on some leftover die cut hearts I had out of the plain Recollections paper. So those are all three of the cards that we made today, and this was from my friend Paige from January 2023, and these are the DoubleClickConnect dots. And please do go check out her channel. She's having a It's like a collab, but also a giveaway challenge, if you will. I guess it's a challenge. So if you want a chance at winning some dewdrops, yeah, go check out her channel. All right, guys, thank you so much. Bye.